Welcome back to the YouTube channel, guys. It's Jay Ayyo. So we are continuing our series on Know Your Caymanian Hero. So the second national hero that we will be talking about is the Honorable Sybil Mclaughlin, born the 24th of August 1928, died the 10th of May 2022. Now, the Honorable Sybil Mclaughlin, before she became the national hero, when she was a young girl, she was educated at the Baptist College in Managua, which is in Panama. Now, she was born in Alabama, the United States, and she was taken back by her mother to Grand Cayman to grow up. Her name before Mclaughlin is Bush. She grew up on the South Sound waterfront. As a young child, she endured one of the horrific hurricanes of the time, which is the 1932 hurricane, which battered Grand Cayman and the sister islands. Now, she married this guy named Mr. Delworth, who was a seafarer, and he would go to sea and he would come back. And during the times, the Honorable Sybil Mclaughlin would rely on scripture, her church, and her community, and notably her two beloved aunts. Now, she joined government in 1945, the civil service as we now call it today, and she grew in the ranks. She started as a secretary, transcribing for the commissioner and the administrator. She would go back and forth to Jamaica, upgrade her skills, learn how to transcribe, learn even a legal course, which would come to aid her in a discussion that she would have with a governor. And we'll get to that a little bit down the road. Now, when the first constitution came in, she was made the first female clerk of the Cayman Islands and the Commonwealth, as nobody or no woman had been appointed to that post. Now, she worked in the House of Commons in the Great United Kingdom. She even worked in Scotland, Grenada, and Trinidad and Tobago. Now, in 1991, she would become the first woman speaker, beating the United States, the United Kingdom, and I dare say even some of the great Antilles Commonwealth nations. In this role, both as speaker and clerk, the Honorable Sybil Mclaughlin had challenges but opportunities, in that she would learn the different procedures of Parliament and learn what we would call the operating standing procedures, the Hansard. She even designed some of the very regulations, procedures, and rules that the Caymanian Parliament now uses today. And it was through her expertise of going through this process that she learned all of this. And the one thing that the Honorable Sybil Mclaughlin loved to do was she loved to travel. She traveled to Grenada, Jamaica, Nigeria, and even so much so, there was a governor that was asking, how do we get a matter on the order paper relatively the same day? And the men at that time would continue talk, and she got up and she said, you just need to do it this way. And she had done it in a way where she had spoken to a governor, but not out of turn, but she was being relatively stern. And because her voice was not being heard, she had to make it known. And one of her colleagues called her and asked her one time, why did you do this? And she says, I'm a senior person. He wasn't listening. And she put her foot down to inform him on the right procedure. The Honorable Sybil Mclaughlin saw the likes of the Honorable Sir Alexander Bustamante, the first Prime Minister of Jamaica. She even went on to see the Honorable Donald Sangster, who himself became a Prime Minister of Jamaica. So the relationship that the Honorable Sybil Mclaughlin had with Jamaican and her counterparts was known throughout the Caribbean. As some would say, the Honorable Sybil Mclaughlin was revered amongst being the top clerks of the Caribbean. She was up there with those in Jamaica, up there with those in Trinidad and Tobago, and she had a level of pioneering in her experience, at the time when she came in, women did not have the right to vote. And it wasn't until the new constitution that came in, women were given the right to vote. And the Honorable Sybil Mclaughlin saw a lot of changes in her role. Though she could not vote or speak too directly to it, she saw it happen around her, as she had to be neutral, being a part of the civil service. And that pioneering spirit and innovation that the Honorable Sybil Mclaughlin had in formulating procedures, regulations, and policies aided the Cayman Islands to become the world-class parliament, legislative assembly, now parliament, that it is today. And we give her kudos. Now, as a mother, she was raising her 2 kids. She was sending them overseas to Jamaica, and then they would go to the United States and the United Kingdom, and one became a pilot, the other became a civil engineer. And this shows the pioneering spirit of Caymanian women. And so we say kudos to this national hero, the Honorable Sybil Mclaughlin. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you all in the next video.